Shangxi delivers value by exploring global literary gems. Hello, this is Sally's Book Club. Today we're diving into the book Willpower. Many of us struggle daily due to lacking willpower. Like when people swear to diet but cave after 2 days, off to feast with buddies. They get gym memberships, go twice, then quit. We decide to sleep early, but once in bed, ugh, can't resist scrolling endlessly. Yet some complete marathons, triathlons, even 44-day fasts, or 60 plus hours in freezers. How are they so remarkable? Our team asks. Why such willpower gaps? So folks, what exactly is willpower? I bet 9 out of 10 people can't answer. How do we strengthen it? This book reveals scientific answers through psychology experiments. First, meet the authors. Roy Baumeister, pioneering psychologist, and John Tierney, New York Times science writer. Baumeister, first to systematically study willpower limits, has 450 plus papers, making him one of the most cited psychologists. Tierney translates complex science into engaging narratives. Together, they created this masterpiece. Upon release, Willpower took the world by storm. The 160,000-word book has 10 chapters. We'll focus on 3 key insights. Let's break it down. Core revelation. Willpower works like muscles. It's trainable. Understand its mechanics, and we can scientifically strengthen it for success. First, why is willpower building so hard? Second, what factors drain our willpower? Third, at what levels should we cultivate willpower? All right, let's take our time and unpack this step by step. First, let's thoroughly understand why building willpower feels so tough. First off, what is willpower? I bet 9 out of 10 people can't explain it properly. The book Willpower defines it as conscious self-control capability. Baumeister discovered willpower building is hard because it's muscle-like. 2 key features. First, willpower isn't constant, it depletes. Second, it can be strengthened through deliberate practice. That actually makes perfect sense, don't you think? Let's dive deeper into the first point. Baumeister found willpower fluctuates like muscles. It fatigues. Once you exhaust your willpower muscle, it stops supporting actions. How does that work exactly? Let's explore Baumeister's famous radish experiment. He placed freshly baked cookies, divinely fragrant, before starved students. Beside them sat raw radishes. Pathetic comparison. Students were split. Cookie eaters versus radish munchers. No cheating allowed. Results thrilled Baumeister. Radish group drooled, watching cookie eaters, yet resisted temptation. Then came phase 2. Students were moved to solve geometry problems under the guise of testing their smarts. Actually, this problem was unsolvable. Was Baumeister just messing with these kids on purpose? His real goal was testing how long they'd persist before giving up. Cookie group lasted 20 minutes on average. Meanwhile, radish group quit after just 8 minutes. The conclusion: willpower fatigues like muscles. Resisting cookies drained willpower needed for problem solving. Just explains my dieting so damn hard. Every diet choice depletes your willpower reserves. As reserves dwindle, self-control weakens. Cravings intensify, like gravitational pull. Resisting snacks and gym becomes Herculean tasks. Stanford's Daniel Bem confirmed this with his sock experiment. Simple rules. 1. Submit homework on time daily. 2. Wear clean socks. Shockingly, nobody sustained both. Either homework slipped or sock hygiene failed. Sound familiar? We all experience this. Remember college? Semester starts with grand resolutions. I'll sleep early, exercise, no junk food. Straight A's this time. Then finals hit, good habits get dumped. Second insight: willpower can be trained. Though depletable, its capacity grows with exercise. What does this mean exactly? Say you could only lift 30 pounds before getting exhausted, but keep out those workouts. 6 months later, you'll be lifting 60 pounds like it's nothing. Willpower works the same. Researchers tested this with people wanting to exercise more, study better, or manage finances. First came baseline willpower tests, then customized household plans, daily exercise routines, timely homework completion, strict budgeting, you name it. Well, after weeks, miraculous results emerged. Participants' willpower scores skyrocketed. Daily practice strengthened their willpower muscle. Here's the kicker. And those diligently completing homework reported more gym sessions and reduced willpower drain. Improving willpower in one area enhances overall mental discipline. That covers our first key insight, willpower's dual nature. First, willpower depletes like muscles. It tires. This explains why building it feels like uphill battle. The very act of exercising willpower consumes willpower itself. But here's hope. Like muscle training, willpower capacity expands. Targeted practice builds mental endurance. Now that we're clear on willpower's basics, second key insight, what sabotages willpower? Baumeister identifies three key factors: physiological, psychological, and environmental. Let's start with physiology. Quick, what's the hardest willpower challenge you face? That your first thought was, dieting. Let's be real, everyone knows weight loss boils down to diet control and regular exercise. But sticking to it, that's the real challenge. Even the most disciplined folks often fail at weight management. Take Oprah Winfrey, the queen of daytime TV and notorious weight loss struggler. You know her, right? Oprah, media mogul worth $2.9 billion, is among the world's most influential women. That's seriously impressive. Her talk show ruled daytime TV for 16 consecutive years. Her rags to riches story inspired millions globally, yet she's battled body image issues her entire career. Why's that? Early news anchor days, stress ballooned her weight from 55 kilograms to 63 kilograms. She hired a nutritionist, strict 1,200 calorie diet, dropped back to 55 kilograms in a month. But the weight came roaring back with friends. 2 endless diet cycles, constant yo-yoing between weights. Eventually, her weight surpassed 100 kilograms, crushing defeat. After decades of effort, she confessed, "My weight still torments me." Oprah's not alone. Baumeister studied high achievers failing at weight loss. Psychological research confirms dieting rarely yields lasting results. Why won't the scale budge when I'm starving? We all scream. The secret sauce here, glucose. The food we eat breaks down into glucose, fueling muscles, organs, even willpower. Psychologists love their experiments. Here's another classic. Test subjects, hardcore gamers. Some got sugar-loaded drinks, others fake sweetened ones. Researchers kept ramping up difficulty. Sadists, frustration mounted as gameplay turned brutal. Sugar group maintained composure, placebo crew lost their cool. Sugar-fueled players bottled up rage, kept gaming. Non-sugar group, keyboard smashing and expletives. Glucose converts to neurotransmitters, brain's communication chemicals. No neurotransmitters, brain signals flatline. This explains dieting's vicious cycle. Starvation kills willpower. Skipping meals sabotages diet discipline. Cruel irony. Stress eating makes scientific sense. Brain craves quick glucose. But I eat plenty, you protest. There's another layer. Enter ego depletion, willpower's kryptonite. It's like mental fatigue. Your self-control battery drains. Like marathoners hitting the wall, energy reserves gone. Prefrontal cortex, the willpower center, gets impaired when depleted. This brain region detects discrepancies between intentions and actions. Without sensing this gap, we can't correct our behavior, right? You'd never realize what's wrong with yourself. Hence humanity's eternal struggle with self-awareness. Now we're getting existential. Daily life constantly drains willpower reserves. Stress, sleep deprivation, even deciding lunch options. Second factor, psychological elements. Baumeister identifies 4 aspects: self-awareness, emotions, beliefs, and self-esteem. Let's break them down. First, self-awareness. Psychologists conducted this Halloween experiment. Chinese ghost festival involves rice cakes, while their Halloween means candy feasts. Kids entered lab rooms filled with candy. The rule, take only one piece. With covered mirrors, kids grabbed extra candies. Visible mirrors, more kids followed the rule. Conclusion, seeing ourselves boosts self-regulation. Next concept, empathy gap. Never heard of it. Let's explain. Economist George Lowenstein discovered hot-cold empathy gap. Rational cold state versus emotional hot state create different choices. Imagine sending well-fed urban dwellers to resource-scarce Africa. They might abandon civilized norms, resorting to brutality. This principle applies to willpower too. We overestimate self control when calm, making unrealistic plans, like swearing to lose 10 pounds weekly after a big meal. But hunger strikes, suddenly dieting feels impossible. Third psychological factor, belief systems. Modern society often lacks spiritual anchors. Studies show religious people maintain better habits. Two reasons. First, rituals like meditation or prayer build discipline. Second, divine surveillance effect. Believers feel watched by higher powers, enhancing compliance. Final psychological factor, self esteem. While healthy self worth matters, overinflated egos actually harm willpower. Researchers tested underperforming students. Group A received constant self esteem boosts. Group B got neutral messages. Result: pampered group's scores plummeted from 59 to 39. You're probably wondering, why did encouraged students perform worse? Baumeister notes, self-esteem theory boomed in America over 30 years. Core belief: success stems from high self-worth. Hence, millions of parents constantly praised kids. "You're so special," became classroom mantras. Data shows rising self-esteem, declining academic performance. Explanation: overconfident people dismiss feedback. They become stubborn, overestimating abilities, lacking delayed gratification training. Now, environmental factors. Psychologist Kathleen Vose found orderliness boosts discipline. Group A in tidy rooms answered questions. Group B in chaotic environments faced same test. Take $5 now or $20 later. Tidy group chose patience. Orderly spaces trigger automatic mental processes, aka habits. You know the drill. Established habits require zero willpower, like veteran drivers shifting gears automatically. Once habits form, willpower becomes obsolete. This conserves willpower reserves, making disciplined actions more likely. Environment also impacts ego depletion. We've all felt this. What's most torturous for dieters: watching friends enjoy treats while you can't. Most would leave or plead, "Stop eating in front of me." Visible temptations demand extra resistance effort. This constant resistance drains willpower. We've covered three willpower factors: physiological, psychological, environmental. Physiologically, blood glucose levels are crucial. Psychologically, self-awareness, emotions, beliefs, self-esteem. Environmentally, create supportive spaces. Now, how to strengthen willpower? Let's prescribe solutions. First, maintain glucose intake. Easy? Just eat more? You might think, but different foods convert at varying speeds. Now, carbs like bread, potatoes, white rice spike blood sugar rapidly. Sudden spikes trigger insulin overcorrection. Crashing sugar levels then impair willpower. Now you're distracted by snack cravings. Opt for veggies, nuts, fruits, stable energy sources. Second critical factor, sleep. Oh, how crucial. Research shows rest improves glucose processing efficiency. Without this, excess glucose risks diabetes. No joke. Heads up, everyone, this matters. Since willpower depletes, set realistic goals. Like don't quit drinking while dieting or crash diet during finals week. Small goals work. Even switching speech patterns or using left hand helps build willpower. Strengthening willpower in any area boosts overall capacity. Avoid conflicting goals. Ben Franklin learned this the hard way. He designed 13-week virtue cultivation chart, targeting 12 virtues like temperance, humility, frugality, but moderation clashed with justice requirements. Conflicting goals drain willpower reserves. Key method: behavior monitoring. Quantification is crucial. Self-awareness bridges actual versus ideal states. What's quantification? Detailed tracking. Kilometers run daily, words memorized, no vague did some. Another method, pre-commitment. What's pre-commitment? Set clear boundaries, stop when crossed. Like 50 milliliters alcohol max, not moderate drinking. Crucial for children's willpower development. Cultural comparison. Asian Americans make 4% U.S. population, but 25% in Ivy League schools like Stanford, Columbia. Whoa, those numbers speak volumes. Post-grad income, 25% higher than average. Educators credit Asian parenting styles. What's a concho? Setting clear boundaries, the secret sauce. Many American parents believe there's no need to pressure kids too much. They think children should live freely as they prefer. But Asian parents set strict standards for their kids, like requiring good grades before buying a new car. Educational research proves this effectively builds willpower. Environmentally, anchor yourself to the right path. Friends often ask how to do this. Simple, stay away from temptations. Psychologists tested dieters with chocolate bowls, some within reach, others across the room. Result? Distance helped resistance. So physically distance from your vices. Gambling addict? Avoid casino floors entirely. Don't rely on buddies to stop you. It's delusional. Best solution? Just don't go. Lastly, leverage social monitoring. Studies show two-parent kids have stronger willpower. Why? Dual monitoring beats single-parent hustle. Single parents spread too thin to enforce rules. That wraps today's third segment. How to boost willpower. Short answer, manage glucose, minimize drain, use pre-commitments, avoid triggers, and get accountability buddies. With that, we've covered willpower's key ideas. Final recap. We explored willpower's definition, influencers, and cultivation. Remember, willpower tires like muscles. Building it consumes it, hence the difficulty. 3 factors: glucose levels, psychology, environment. Less glucose equals weaker willpower. Psychological aspects: self-awareness, emotions, beliefs, self-esteem. Self-aware, calm, faithful folks excel, however, high self-esteem backfires. Enhancement methods: glucose management, realistic goals, behavior tracking. Strong willpower isn't just about success. Studies show willpower champions donate more and help others. As psychologist Roy Baumeister once said, it's precisely willpower that makes humans unique in this world and enables us to grow stronger. That concludes our exploration of willpower. Find show notes below the audio. See you tomorrow.